All right. All right, and we're back. I hope it's a spicy meatball. Dude, it looks pretty good. It's a Cannoneer Lugnut deck. Cannoneer Lugnut. Lugnut. I need to start cleaning up my decks. Now that they're on my website, I don't need to have them all here. So we have Cannoneer Lugnut. I said it again. I said Lugnut. Come on, man. We have Blast Sequence. We have Nitro Heal. We have Overwhelming Blast. We have Piston Punch. And Star Blast. All right. For action cards, we have Anti-Gravity Snail. We have 3 of those. We have 1 Ashwood Diva. We have 1 Blast Bot. We have 2 Defenders. Which I just rolled right past, didn't I? Oh, I'm in explosive. That's why I didn't see it. We have 2 of these. We have 2 Bomblings. We have 1 C-25 Combat Tech Warper. 3 Chronomoths. 3 Crazed Bombers. Everything's alphabetical. I don't know why I keep going up. Here we go. 1 Frozen Totem. 1 Fumbling Alchemist. 1 Gravity Well. 1 Looper. 1 Pearl of Ashwood. 1 Reckless Spirit. 2 Bruisers. We'll do the 2 Tyrix Mercenaries here. 1 Shard of Gravis. 1 Spectral Guide. 2 Tantosians. And that should be it. Yep, that's 30 of 30. Cannoneer Lugnut deck. Alright, let's go. Frechian. Alright, so we got your deck all built. Let's jump into this. Now, from what I understand, you said that you were trying to build this deck based on the new Halvar deck that pretty much has been rolling over tournaments right now. Is that correct? That's why I'm seeing there's Gravity in here to go with Anti-Gravity Snail. It almost runs the exact same combos other than Nitro Heal. It doesn't run the other Gravity one, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's play one game with this, and we'll see how this works. All right. We'll play one game. Then we'll jump into editing. Oh, nope. Let's hit the play button, not the deck button. Let's see if we can find someone other than Bova. Bova, get yourself to a tournament. Bring the baby. He can hold your side deck. He can help you. He can help you tech. Bring Liliana. All right. So I need to find Frechian before the timer goes up. I have so many. There we go. I have way too many decks. Way too many decks. He says, get my items as fast as possible. Cowboy Hat Battle, let me know if you ever want a few card back giveaways for some. Dude, I would love them. Are you kidding me? Hit me up on Discord. We'll talk. Because next week when my website goes live, I'm doing a 12-hour stream. I would love to have card back giveaways for that stream. That'd be awesome. For everyone that tunes in, everyone that checks out the website, I would love that, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. What did he do? Oh, man, okay. The corner of my eye, I thought this was a shadow puppet. And I was like, why is my buff still there? What's going on? With him being as aggressive as he is, I think laying another Blastproof Defender, solid. Yeah, dude, let me connect with you over Discord. I would love that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That was such a waste. What was? Oh, his, well, there's 2 shadow puppets. Do you mean his, I can't look at the card name. The Redeemer with no combo in there? Yeah. But like I said, he might just be going major aggression. He only valued that as 4 damage. I know a lot of cards, if you're not teching in the 6, people probably just look for high damage efficiency rather than their bonus effect. It all depends. I don't know how his deck is built. It all depends. This also could just be the Kindred starter deck, for all I know. So we can lay Sharded Gravis. We'll probably lay Bombling too, so we can lay Anti-Gravity Snail next turn, get a really good hit in, draw a card. Now I have no damage reduction. Was the only damage reduction those 2 defenders? Interesting. Okay. Well, now I know. I mean, this is kind of a bummer. He's going to block 4 of it. Is it worth it? Maybe we Gravity Well instead. Look at the bottom 4. Ooh, wow. That's rough. I think we just take this, another one of these. Don't. Oh. So there's like a 10-second stream, or a 10-second delay in the stream. I think I just passed. Bobo, was there something that you wanted to say? Was it, were you trying to stop me from laying the Gravity Snail? I was hoping to get something like my other weapon or a Tantosian. Or, yeah, the Gravity Snail would have been a horrible choice there. He would have prevented 2 from this, 2 from the Gravity Snail. It would have been just a really big misplay. He's been digging, I think. With his hand size being as big as it is already, I don't think I cared too much about him drawing 1 more card with me. There's another Tantosian. And there's my other weapon. All right. So he's got a Soul Thief. I mean, this is when I play an attack card, if I have access. So I could probably do this next turn. I don't need to put him out right now and dump my hand and show him, kind of show him that I have a small hand now. So holding on to those until I really need him is fine. The only downside is it could be like, hey, you know, you have to discard a bunch of stuff. Okay, you got a Shadow Puppet. That's okay. Well, guys, I just got played. I think laying the Pearl now, so I have attack cards for next turn is fine. So he would be forced to stay under 7? Oh, that's true. I haven't played with Pearl Ashwood a whole lot. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I could have played that way. You're right. That was my apologies. I think, yeah, next turn I can do this. Now I can Anti-Gravity Snail, start doing something more efficiently. Well, it is what it is. I mean, I know he's got a Soul Thief in there. I don't have a whole lot of consistent damage, unfortunately, in my hand. He's got to start dumping his hand soon. I want to say I pass and get more card draw. Next turn I am going to Combat Warp or return that buff to his hand. And probably Anti-Gravity Snail to draw. Well, yeah, he's got some really good hand mitigation there. I like it. Is he going to Soul Thief too? Okay. I mean, that was pretty much a dead card. I'm gonna do this. Mind you, it's probably better to draw, but I knew. Wait. Wait. Hold on. Why? Why? Someone want to explain that to me? Someone want to clip that and explain that to me? What? Return 1 action buff to the recipient's hand. Is it because it has burn? Did I click through? No, I didn't click anything. I laid it and it did its effect and went right to the graveyard. Yeah, please clip that. I want to see, because I swore I didn't click through anything. Maybe I did and maybe I just messed up. Maybe I'm not paying attention. It is still fairly early for me. But that, guys, that hurt a lot. I think doing this is fine. Burn, yeah. Can burn just mean, like, burn means it can't be stored or brought back. That, everyone, is a bit of a bug. That, okay. Well, guys. Not a bug. Really, burn can't be returned? I thought burn just meant it can't be restored. When did burn get further changed so it can't be returned either? I guess that would make sense so that you can't return it as well. That is interesting. Okay. Okay, that was just my bad. That was just my bad then. Oh, good game. Okay, I must have missed that change. I must have missed that change. Okay. So there's the deck. Very aggressive. Very, you know, hammer hitting home, stuff like that. I did get my weapons out really early, which was really nice. I did see... Let me go ahead and just duplicate this deck real quick. I did see... Click on a burn card in your hand, you can read what it says. Okay. I'll have to do that. But yeah, I could have sworn that burn... It does make sense. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, it does make sense that you can't return it to your hand if it has burn, because that would mean that you could essentially wait till it goes off, then run cards like Old Oak, or not Old Oak, Forest Mender, Time, or Warp Toad, things that bring it back to your hand. So it does make sense. Now that I'm thinking about it, it does make sense. But that was just like... Without knowing that, it blew my mind. I was like, what? No, I had the perfect play and it got all ruined. So buff removal is the only way to go about that. Okay. Well noted. I also have another quick question. Was that buff a location buff? Now that I'm thinking about it, is that buff a location buff? Because I had Blast Spot in my hand. And if it is, boy, did I just get played. It is. It is. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought I had... well, no, on that turn I don't think I had Blast Spot. I think it was the next turn. I think it was the next turn afterwards. But either way, I learned something today. I learned something today. What burn actually does. So, gonna clip that and be like, hey guys, don't forget to check up on what burn does. Okay, back to this deck. I think this deck, it works pretty well. Oh, did I have it in my hand? Yeah, then I just messed up. I thought returning it would be more beneficial to kind of delay him, make him want to play it again. I could have removed it. Could have removed it. I didn't know it was a location. I did not know it was a location. So yeah. So that's this deck. I will say, kind of cards, the cards that feel a little out of place here, Frechian, which, I mean, your deck worked. I clipped it and called it Why. Why? Awesome. Dude, awesome. The cards in here that feel a little funny to me are Spectral Guide and Gravity Well, especially Ashwood Diva, because in decks that run weapons, you want to be able to get your weapon out to then start being proactive. Just as a common thought here, it could just be my own opinion especially, is the cards that you run with the weapon should not be card draw. Because if you don't have the weapon, then every card you draw that would be card draw when you had the weapon is just dead. And then it's like you have to wait to get your weapon out before you start ramping up. And in a deck like this where you want to get your weapons out really quickly, it might be better to run cards that are more time focused that draw you cards, like Blast-Proof Battery, like the Time Mender. What's the one that or Tyrant's Historian? Because doing that means that, hey, early game, if you have these cards, especially Tyrant's Historian would put really well in here. If you have cards that you can't lay right now because of your item, you can Tyrant's Historian to draw 3 cards, and then send back the cards that you can't lay, so they're not sitting in your hand being dead. And it is still more efficient card draw for you, especially if you really want to get the stuff out. Time Shifter is also a really good one to add in here, because it automatically searches for your blacksmith, and then you can lay blacksmith, get initial action, get your item out. It's really good for that. Kaito, George sent me here. George Stir, thank you for the plug, man. Thank you. Kaito, I hope you're enjoying yourself on the stream. I hope you, if you just came in, I hope you don't leave. Welcome to the pack, Kaito. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Kyoto. Sounds right to me. I could very well be wrong. Can you type out in phonemic how to pronounce your name? I always ask people, like, can you type out how to pronounce your name? Can you do that without sound? It's a lot more difficult than it sounds. But yeah, that's just kind of what I'm seeing here, Frechian, is the Ashwood Diva. Yes, it works really well with the Pearl because it means their hand has to be large as well. But without it, it's a dead card that only works once the Pearl goes out, and after that, it's just more card draw. And as I said before, when I value weapons, at least when I do, everyone has their own opinion. When I value weapons, I go for 2 main things. Either the weapon itself has a major benefit to the deck, where its ability or its passive ability really work well with the deck, which is why it's in there, or the cards you put in with the weapon help you get to the end game, help you win the game, help you control it a little better. But any and all card draw, from my point of view, if it's specifically for card draw, should be within your 3 main elements that you have access to. So that you don't have a dead card that is card draw waiting for you to get a weapon so that then it becomes card draw to then help you ramp. Especially if the weapon isn't superior and like someone immediately removes that weapon and you're like, oh, well now I have a dead card that was supposed to help me ramp up but now it just does nothing type of thing. So that's my opinion. We can keep the 2 weapons if you want. Like Spectral Guide, I don't think Spectral Guide is going to be good because if you look at Spectral Guide, yes, it comes into play, it draws you a card. It's the same thing as the Shard of Gravis. Historian will get you behind its negative value. I agree that you don't need card draw in Grav or Soul. Ashwood Diva is also negative value. Yeah. I don't want to like overvalue Historian. The reason I'm saying Historian is good is depending on how quickly you need to get your card draw. It's good for early game. I'm valuing it good for early game. Late game it's not good, because late game or even mid game, you should have your weapons up by now. Every card you're drawing should be good card draw. So valuing it really early game, like within the first 3 or 4 turns, I think is really good. But then again, Time Shifter could be... Yeah, Guide is good value. I mean, if you want to value Guide, it's the same thing as the Shard, because you can't use both abilities in the same turn. The Shard, yes, is giving your opponent a card, but you're also drawing 2, whereas Spectral Guide just draws you 2. But Spectral Guide also has benefits or negatives from buff removal. It could net out buff removal as well. It's better than Shard. So my question then is, would you run Spectral Guide and Shard, or would you just run the... if you're running Gravity and running Shard, would you not just want to run like a Star Sail in case you have a... Better than Shard. I guess would you still run Shard, Bova, over like even just the superior alignment if you're running Spectral Guides? I do like Snail. I think Snail's great. Snail is it's damage and card draw, which is why I think it's really good for Gravity. I'm just sitting here thinking if all your other Gravity cards are simply going to draw you cards, they're dead cards until you get your weapon out. And if you don't get your weapon out more efficiently, then they're dead. So adding in some of the time cards, adding in a time shifter or two would help a lot, I think, to really help you get your 2 weapons out more quickly. Frozen Totem's okay. It is the Zuna ability, yeah. And if you're using it every turn... See, what I'm thinking is, like, if you're running Sharded Gravis, in my opinion, I don't think you need Spectral Guide. Because you can only use one in the turn, and if Spectral Guide is just more card draw, it could be something for damage. It could be an Umbron Marauder. It could be a Kreeble Thief. It could just be more damage if Shard of Gravis is your card draw. Yeah, I mean, if you're already running the Shard, I think Shard and Guide together are more excessive when Guide could just be more damage. And if your ability specifically says when you attack, you deal damage, and the Spectral Guide is just defending and card drawing, you really want to consistently keep the pressure on. So the cards I'm going to take out are Guide. I want to take out the Diva. And I think if we take out Gravity Well and use the spot for Gravity Well to put in 2 Time Shifters, I think that's going to help. Time Shifter I'm valuing is also it's Search for Blacksmith to get your weapons out. It really will help thin out your deck really quickly if you're always just searching for them for the Tantosians to get your weapons out really more efficiently. Frozen Totem, I do like Frozen Totem, because it'll help you get back, you know, like your Chrono Moth, like your Fumbling Alchemist, like your attack damage. If they attack you, I think it's perfectly fine. I do like that a lot. So if Blastproof Defender in this is more damage mitigation, and you're being more aggro, I guess it's fine. It helps you draw a card too. I'll go with that. When it's out, it baits out buff removal for your bomblings and other stuff like that as well. Yeah, the Time Shifter I think is a really good card. It's really going to help. Time Shifter is just really good for people who run weapons in tech, because it searches for the blacksmith. And yes, it's like, you know, if it's a tech card, you may play it without consuming an action. But Tantosian is the same thing. You play it without consuming an action, and you get your item into play. So that's why I'm like, if you value this with only being tech, Tantosian, it's considered a tech card in this case. Only if you lay Time Shifter first, though. You have to lay Time Shifter first, otherwise your turn will just end. Crazed Bomber's a nice. Chrono Moth is just really good card draw. I like the Anti-Gravity Snails. The Shard of Gravis, like I said, is really good. So, if we're running Pearl of Ashwood, what other soul cards can we add in here? We have one more spot. We could just run another Reckless Spirit. Really help get through those walls. We could run a Corrosive Spirit. Oh, okay. I do like that. Running one Blast Field Battery to reset your hand. That could be good. I'm not opposed to that. Like I said, to reset your hand is really good. How many mechanical or tech cards do we have in here? Wow, we do not run a whole lot of mechanical, do we? Okay. Yeah, the only ones are those defenders. I could be okay with running that. I could be okay with running one blast or one battery. Essentially draws you 5 cards if run well. We do have a lot of, like I said, really good card draw, really good damaging stuffs in here. So Pearl Ashwood. Pearl Ashwood I do like as a static weapon. Star Blast? Star Blast I think is fine. It is going to be a little more difficult to play because your anti-gravity snails you're always going to want to lay because it's damage and card draw. So, I mean, for Star Blast, we could easily take Star Blast out for something else. Something that's probably a little more effectively run. We can see, because we have access to Mechanical and Time, which is what Halvar didn't have. So there's other combos that we can run over Star Blast. I still have time, that's why. Like, we could run Anti-Magic Pulse in here. We could run... Well, if we run... Yeah, I mean, Time Collapse is just 14 damage. That's always going to be good. You'll have a lot of time cards that you'll... I'm trying to think. The Shifters will be useful afterwards. The Battery, the Warper. I feel like a lot of your action cards, like, you want to lay right away. So maybe adding in the Time Collapse to help pay for other things, and then with 1 Nitro Heal to pay for the Time Collapse. You could be fine doing that. We could also run Shatter Blast, is the other one I was thinking. Because Star Blast is the one that's getting rotated out, so running a Shatter Blast could be just as good over Time Collapse. Because it'll also help pay for Blast Sequence, Overwhelming Blast. Almost Piston Punch. It'll help pay for the other combos over Time Collapse. Why is Shadow Blast on here twice? That's Contra Bubble. Okay, something's just wrong with the image. So, yeah, thoughts. Shadow Blast or Time Collapse? I like them both. I think they're both going to be beneficial to us. So yeah, Smart Bomb will get removed a lot. I'm going to have trouble playing Piston and Nitro. True. True. In that sense, I think Time Collapse is good. If you're paying for other combos like this, the way I'm seeing it, Bob, I want to say you're wrong or anything like that. You're completely right. The way I'm valuing Shatter Blast is the way this deck is working. The way this deck I'm viewing is working is very consistent damage. Very just you're drawing cards while dealing damage. You're getting cards back. You're running a very effective turn. That Piston Punch I'm almost valuing in there simply to pay for Overwhelming Blast without using all your explosive cards. And Nitro Heal, I almost want to say like Nitro Heal is almost never going to be played. It's going to be played once in a blue moon. If you're going against someone who like really hits you hard. I mean, for all I know, we could take out Nitro Heal and Star Blast and run both Time Collapse and Shatter Blast. Because all those cards then will now be legal and they'll all just be push damage. Nitro Heal is good. I'll give you that. Like, Nitro Heal is a really good card. But in the way this deck is running, I don't think it's ever really going to come to a point where we want a Nitro Heal. Because we have so much damage that we just want to hit them hard and fast. So maybe we even take out Nitro Heal. I don't know. Maybe we keep Nitro Heal in and we put Time Collapse in. It's like all a circular logic thing to me. Time Collapse isn't rotating. Or no, is Time Collapse rotating? No, it is. Nuke is staying in. You're right. Nuke is staying in. That's what I'm thinking of. Because I was like, I thought everyone was keeping one of these like 4-cost combos, but you're right. Nuke is the one that's staying. Nuke is the one that's staying. Time Collapse is getting rotated. You're right. So yeah, we'll put in Time Collapse. I'm sorry, guys. I was thinking of the wrong card that was staying. It's Nuke. Nuke is the one that's staying in, because Nuke got reprinted. Quantum Loop has really never been decent, unfortunately. Like, the way the game is set right now, so many good explosive cards are attack. So this is really only going to deal, what? If you run all defense card for time, it's going to hit for 13. But even then, your time cards that people will always be running are like Looper, Chrono Moth, C25 Combat Tap Worker. It'll hit for they're all attack cards. And in this deck, with how heavy the attack is for his ability, deal 1 damage when you play an attack card. It's one of those. It's like Quantum Loop. People have tried to make work, but it's just super difficult until they come out with some decent explosive defend cards to make it do okay. I just don't think Quantum Loop. It's a good idea, but for it to be good, they need a lot better defend explosive cards. Because I want to say right now, explosive defend cards, they have 3 of them. They have 3, and for you to use that properly, you have to include like 6 cards, so you always have them. And that means that you're running out. That you're not running Alchemist, Scrapworks Booster, Tyrix Mercenary, all that stuff that's just really good. You're not running any of those. So, but yeah, I do like this. I do think this is good now. I like the inclusion of the 1 blast field, the inclusion of the time shifters, more or less thinning out your deck as opposed to card draw, so you can more efficiently get your weapons quicker. Yeah, the Pearl of Ashwood is just, it's a nice tech card. You run the 1 Reckless Spirit, which is perfectly fine. You're not using for it to pay combos. We took out Star Blast because all of your gravity cards, all 4 of them outside your weapon that you're going to run, you're going to want to lay immediately to get beneficial effect. So keeping a gravity card in hand is just not beneficial to save for a combo. So I think this is better. I think this is better. Nitro Heal does help pay for time collapse if you can save onto, like, a time shifter after your weapons account and you draw time shifter late. Perfectly acceptable for that. So I think this will do a lot better. We'll try this now. We'll call it Frechian 1. Time collapse is rotating, yes, but so is Star Blast. So that's why I took Star Blast out to put in time collapse. I swapped the retired combos, so we can still only have 1. So, because obviously you can't run more than 1 retired combo. So the one that is retiring is the time collapse. Yeah. So this is my new changes for it. I'm hoping it'll run a lot more efficiently now that we took out. I mean, like I said, the Ashwood Diva is good tech for Pearl of Ashwood. But if you don't have Pearl of Ashwood out, Ashwood Diva is literally just a dead card. A dead card that is supposed to be card draw is never a good indicator for me. So we will play this. We'll see how this runs. I do really like Lugnut's ability for consistent poke damage to get through stuff like it'll help get through Mountain Forts, it'll help get through the defenders, rather than just blowing all your 6 damage attacks. Getting that 1 poke damage is actually like a lot more beneficial than some people might value it as in a lot of certain circumstances. I mean, it also just makes your attack cards from 6 to 7, which is incredible. So I like it. I like the choice of Lugnut. I like the choice of getting those weapons out. I keep saying weapons, they're items. I come from a Hearthstone background, so it's really hard for me to not say weapons rather than items when I know they're called items in this game. So it's always good. People have always corrected me like, dude, they're items. They're not weapons. They're items. Okay, just I'm like, I know, but still in flux. Still in flux. So we'll give this updated deck list a try. Hopefully hopefully you have the cards that I put in here, so that I like didn't update it and you don't have some of the cards and you can't update it yourself. Chronomoth for card draw. He is Astral. I think I'll pass. I mean, we really want to start getting our... oh, you don't have time collapse? Do you not have it in game or like in physical? Because if you don't have it in physical, I can send you a scan of the picture. I got like 5 time collapses, and if they're all rotating out, I don't need 5 of them. I think laying a fumbling alchemist here is... Yeah, I'll send you a picture of one, man. Don't worry about it. I am more than happy to help you out there. Both? What both? I've only replaced one combo. So I think... Is it better? I know Astral has some really good burst damage, but I think just trying to get 1 damage and then drawing is fine with that one before we draw a combo. Like we just did. Like we just did. Guys! I'm a mind reader! Alright, so let's see here. I mean, he could, like, you know... What is it? Lunar Shrieker? Lunar... What's the one that heals for 7? Okay. I could Bruiser here too and pass. Right now, I really feel like I need to get my weapons out. And I have a lot of cards in here that help me get my weapons. I'm just not drawing any of them. Snowcast Elder. I'm tech, man. I don't run a whole lot of defend cards. Really? Okay. I mean, your whole point is to do 3 actions in a turn so you can deal an extra damage, right? Man, I feel like I just pass again. Because I feel like once I get my weapons out, I could just go ham on attack, and really push through with those 1 damaging things. So as kind of bad as it feels... Wow, I'm getting all my attack cards. Maybe I do just start unloading on him now. I have 22 damage in hand. Okay. Maybe he'll lay that. I mean, next turn I'm going to Craze Bomber that, because I don't want him to get 5 damage on me, plus an additional action. He hasn't laid a whole lot more buffs. If he lays another one, all more power to him. But I think Craze Bombering this away is fine for tempo. Even better. Even better. Yeah, now I think I'm Craze Bombering passing, giving 1 more turn to get some weapons out. Well, now I just have all the damage in the world. Now I have 26 damage in hand. Yeah. Like, I've been drawing... I mean, he could, like, spike heal, but he's also not been drawing a whole lot of cards. So I think right now is a perfect time to just... Yes? No, I think Blast Spot's better. I'm trying to think, because his damage prevention is a Yokona, so it's not a location. The only locations they really run that I'm too worried about... okay, so there's more healing. That's fine. I mean, that's also that Astral does really well. It heals pretty efficiently. So me trying to get all this burst damage doesn't help if I'm not drawing my weapons to get the extra damage. So I may just stop where I am and try and get an item. There we go. Now we can really start going off. We can also lay Piston Punch now because we have Nitro Heal, which will help pay for it. Once the item comes into play, we can Anti-Gravity Snail, really get those damaging stuffs in. Gravity Snail I think is better here because it'll help dig for our item as well. So I think that's going to be better. We can Shard of Gravis. We can Tyrex Mercenary. Now we've just included essentially 8 more damage to our hand. That was already up to like 24, 26. So now I think we're just completely fine to just start blowing them up. There's our item. Question is... I should have snailed? When I lay the item, I can't snail because that counts as my gravity for the turn. If that's what we were referring to. I laid the item, which counted as my gravity. I couldn't snail with the item just being played. And I think I do this. I mean, if I'm dead, I'm dead. Did it? I didn't see that. Am I just also not knowing that rule where you can lay an item and then use that element right away? Because I thought laying that item counted towards your action for that alignment. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe there's still so much about this game I need to know. But yeah, we have lethal now. I can use it right away. Okay. Well, good to know. I was under the impression that laying the item counted as your action for the alignment this turn. I know you can't use the ability on an item you just lay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know it counted towards the alignment, or it didn't count towards the alignment too. Okay. Okay. So the deck still felt a little slow. I still felt like I needed to get my items out sooner. But then again, like all I was drawing was attack cards. Do I add in a second Blast Field Battery for more card draw? Do I ever do that? That game was a bad example. That game, I felt like my items weren't coming fast enough, and then as soon as I got them is really when I blew up, which really makes me want to get my items out as soon as possible. Like, as soon as possible. My other thought is maybe take out the C-25 Combat Tech Warper and put in a second Blast Field to help draw. Yes, it's an attack. Yes, it returns buffs. But in an aggro deck, in the purest, simplest form in an aggro deck, all you want to do is hit face as hard as possible. It'll help return like damage mitigation buffs and stuff like that. But with Crazed Bombers, with a Bombling or with a Blast Butt in there, you're most likely going to be able to remove those rather than wanting to return them. That I do think it's fine. I mean, with our attack cards, we had plenty of damage without even needing to return or remove buffs. So I think valuing our second time slot with another Blast Field Battery could be better. Just to kind of send back cards that we won't be using for card draw. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try that because, like I said, this deck blows up the moment you get your items out. But if you're waiting for more than 4 or 5 turns to get your items out, the deck just feels like all you're doing is building up a hand for a big hit, as opposing to getting the gravity out so your anti-gravity snails can do stuff, so you can use the Shard of Gravis to draw, all this stuff like that. So I am going to try that, see how that works. We'll try that. We'll give that a shot. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab a water bottle because I am out of beverage. One sec, guys. Alright, and I'm back. And we have plenty of time to hit that ready button. Go back in, we'll do this. We'll test this out, see how it works. Hopefully all's well that ends well, right? Right? It's a rented enemy. It's not even a permanent enemy. He's just kind of sitting there, you know, renting out some space. Time shifter, flawless. This is going to be a good game, I think. I'm going to pull that into play. You like the changes? I'm glad. I'm glad that I'm not... I do think the Shard of Gravis is better here than the Pearl of Ashwood, because drawing cards is better than just getting buff removal and then not doing anything. He's also tech, so his chances of him... We even got that Blast Fuel battery for better card draw. What I'm thinking is we send back our 2 combos with Blast Fuel to draw 4 cards that would be better than these combos right now. But yeah, man, I'm glad you approve of the changes. I hope it's not like you changed my deck too much. There's so many cards now that I don't have, all that stuff. So I hope what I'm doing does help you, does make you kind of understand more or less. I hope I gave a good opinion of why I'm changing these cards. Boba, thank you much for the insight. It was very nice to get some of that in there. We can even time shifter again for the other blacksmith next turn. Wow, I mean, we can lay this now. We'll have attack cards aplenty soon enough. Yeah, thank you, man. And I cannot congratulate you enough on baby Liliana. That's so amazing. I'm really happy for you. Okay. Alrighty then. Time shifter. Let's get our second item out. Do this. So, with that being said, man, so is this... Oh, if I remove this now, well, what do I do? Do I remove the Warden of Time, or do I remove the Repair Bot? I think I remove the Warden of Time, and I almost just want to say I wait for the Repair Bot to go off. Because if I remove Warden of Time now, he doesn't get anything back from it. Because there's nothing in his graveyard. I can't remove Warden? Why not? What happened? Why? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Why couldn't I remove the Warden? Was there a problem? It triggers when I try. It does trigger, but there's nothing in his graveyard to get back. Whoa. How do I... No. Clear. There we go. You could have taken another buff. I could have, and then he would have gotten that buff back if I tried to remove it, though. Okay, well, he's got Crazed Bomber. No, it triggers first. I understand that it triggers first, but if it triggers when there's nothing in his graveyard, he doesn't get any benefit from it. So removing it now before he gets other buffs and other cards back in his graveyard, I value it as being better than removing like a Repair Bot, for that in the future when I remove something, he does get value out of it. Is that like So yeah, yes, it triggers first, but with nothing to trigger off of, it essentially he got no trigger. No, you're completely right. Okay. I am consistently always wrong about Warden of Time because I think that Warden of Time is a consistent buff. I think it is a consistent buff. You are absolutely right. It is not. It would have gone to the graveyard, and then nothing would have. So you're completely right. That was my misplay. That was my misplay. I keep thinking that it works the same as like Noxian Assassin and everything like that, where every time you do something it triggers. I will consistently always remember that. Always think that card. Yeah, playing that in Discarded deck is really good. No, yeah, I just, in my mind, I thought that was a consistent one. I just thought that was a consistent one. I know, well, I mean, I know he's got Crazed Bomber, but if I lay this, and he Crazed Bombers it, that means he's not attacking me next turn. But I think I want to draw first. I didn't use Frozen Time for anything, but removing his major heal was better than the Frozen Tome. Because I had to wait for him to attack me to do that. Frozen Totem. I valued removing 3 buffs that were going to heal him over me getting stuff back from Frozen Totem. If you have 2 out and someone removes a buff, you can get the first warden back with the second one. God, that is so stupid. I mean, yeah, it works that way, but that is so stupid. Okay, well, he's got a bombling. What are we doing? Okay. Thank you for having more than 7 cards. I approve. I approve. So, what we can do is we can Crazed Bomber into Scrapworks Bruiser, which will have our 6 go off first. Man. I do apologize for a lot of these misplays that I've been doing today. It is very early in the morning. My brain is kind of like, I think I know what's going on. There's such a large card pool. No. No, I don't. No, I didn't. Stop. Stop. Okay. No. No. Now I have lethal. You guys, see, I was waiting for the moth. I want moth lethal. No. No. Just because I could have Fumbling Alchemist or Blastbot or Lupo or any of those other cards to deal more damage than Crazed Bomber does not mean I had lethal, guys. Okay? Okay, I had a very specific lethal in mind. I had a very specific lethal. Moth is best lethal, see? I've got some people on my side. As I was literally describing, I'm sorry that I make misplays. I'm super tired. I make a misplay while apologizing for making misplays. That's like branding right there. That's branding. I really like this deck. I think this deck comes along really well. Yes, the Frozen Totem didn't work out. Not yet. Not yet. Superior Seekers, not yet. Soon, though. Chronomoth in your dead isn't the same impact, but it's the surprise impact. Because everyone knows Tyrex Mercenary, everyone knows Fumbling Alchemist, everyone knows the Tyrex Bruiser, but no one expects a Moth. No one expects the Moth. It's like the Spanish Inquisition. No one expects it. I want to make a meme now, or an emote. That's gonna be one of the emotes on my channel. Is the picture of the Chronomoth that just says like Spanish Inquisition. I want to make an emote for my channel so bad now. It's just the moth with maybe it's like the moth, but in like in the garb of the people who were in the Spanish Inquisition. That just says unexpected. That could be funny. So I think I bombling here and pass. Next turn I can like Chronomoth, get its little 6 damage. Corbin Conspiracy. Okay, so he is. I mean, this is just the base nature hero. I'm gonna say this could just be the base nature deck for all I know. Well, Crazed Bomber's going to be really good in this matchup. I'll take 3. That is completely fine. Lay more buffs. Kind of stinks. But I feel like this is still a really strong Crazed Bomber turn. It's only going to deal 3 damage, but I'm removing... I missed the game so far, but this Lugnut looks cool. He's always looked interested. Oh, dude, this is awesome. My internet is slow? Am I lagging? I don't have any spikes. Save the bombling for when I have my items. I could. Right now, I'm not going 100% into the items, Frechian. I'm still valuing this as an aggro deck. I'm just valuing it as no lag for me. Okay. Oh, the player I'm playing against. Oh, I see what you're saying. But yeah, the bombling is better for the items, of course. But bombling doesn't get affected by the +1. And I'm valuing this solely as an aggro deck, where pushing damage and pushing lethal is what you want to do. It's just you get an added benefit for once you have the items out. Does that make sense? Where, yes, bombling, well, it doesn't get really improved by him. Attacking, it gets improved by that. I think I'll lay this, and kind of stinks that I just got to pass. Because, I mean, he's got a Stumped Shaman, which is going to heal him. You see how the animations are slower? Yeah, they are a little bit. So he's going to heal, which is pretty much going to cut down all the work that I have been doing with, I guess, just with the bombling, so it's not that much. Spirit Mob, okay. And a Tree Sprout. That one kind of stinks. So, I mean, he's going to heal for 6 next turn and draw a card. Totally negate the Bruiser. I think I just got to pass. It feels bad in an aggro deck to just pass, but there's a Reckless Spirit. That would have been super helpful a few turns ago. But, yeah. My only other thought, and, you know, feel free to correct me if you don't approve of this. One of the Blast Field batteries, I want to say swap one of those for the Time Bender, or the Time Shifter. It says, anyone else sometimes make decks just for the name theme of a hero? I want to make a Dread-Eye deck just because she looks cool. That could very well be cool. I want to save Reckless Spirit. I don't really care if he gets more card draw on me. I think I'll just pass again. It feels really bad. But I do think getting a... wow, all my buffer removal now comes in. That I do think getting in a third one of those Time Shifters over a Blast Field battery could be better. Yes, the Time Shifter kind of goes dead if you draw it late, but in that case, it's a card that pays for Time Collapse, so it's not really dead. Because the items are what you want to get out now. As soon as the items come out, then you'll be rocking and rolling. But we really need to find a way in this deck to get those items out as soon as possible. And I think even going 3 hard on those Time Shifters, or Time... You know, they're not Time Meddlers, they're Time... I can't think of the name, because I honestly only drew 1 in 1 game. And I think Anti-Gravity Snail is fine to just start my card draw engine. Perfect. Oh, another action. Chronomoth, yeah. Card draw. Super. So I don't think in this deck... Time Shifter. Thank you, Frechian. Thank you, Frechian. In this deck, I don't think Frozen Totem is actually going to be... Or, not in this deck, in this game. I don't think Frozen Totem is really going to be that helpful because Nature doesn't run a whole lot of attack cards. They're majority buff. Like so. I mean, I think Crazed Bombering here is amazingly flawless. I will deal damage and draw first. There's a time collapse. And I think removing this so that he laid 2 cards, 2 for 1 removal. Get that 1 damage in there. Just Scrub Kid's back! How's it going, man? Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Yep, I slowed down his tempo so much. I got a 2 for 1 on him when he had a low hand. It's one of the worst feelings in the world, but it's what happens. And I mean, I have flawless lethal here in 2 turns. And one thing that nature does not do well is burst heal if they don't have a board. Now I could die to... No, Territorial Dominance only kills me if I have a defend on top, which I don't. Feral Rage is only 10. Ambush. Does Ambush work with attack, or does Ambush defend? Because I know Ambush could kill me. Fungal Spores, okay. Kind of stings a little bit. Stampede and Spore Feeder, okay. Do I ever use my item and help him? I mean, he's got a low hand, so use my item is just so hurtful to me that I don't think I do. I think I just pass. I draw the old-fashioned way. Reckless Spirit, okay. Man, I mean... I'm gonna go down to 3. Which could feel really bad. I mean, I don't think Defender is going to be a good card to keep. When what I really want to do is just be able to blow him up. Like, I want to draw my damaging cards right now because I can Tyrax Mercenary this turn. And then if I draw, like that one... Wow, okay. I drew incredibly well. Yeah, I could die. I could die. Despite times, desperate measures are accounted for. He has 2 cards in hand. He's used 2 Reckless Spirits, I believe. A lot of Nature's direct damage is through buffs, but he could be running a bunch of the spirits that deal damage to me, like that one. Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot I could do. I could have just passed and drew, and been at 1. But depending on what I draw on, I mean, there was not a whole lot I could have done in that situation. The healing that he put out set me back. So that was a good combo on him. Fungal Spores was good. We'll play one more game. Oh no, wait, no, we're switching out those defend cards. We're switching out those defend cards. Yeah, 1 Blast Field Battery to put in a Time Shifter. I think that'll be a lot nicer. And then, I mean, even if we draw the 3rd Time Shifter, the 3rd Time Shifter can search for a Blast Fuel Battery, which will be nice. So that's the switch. That's the switch. All right. Got about a half hour or so left in the stream. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. Thank you very much. Once again, I will go ahead and just put that there. Oops. Have you tried the campaign? I have done the campaign before in the past. There's videos of it on my YouTube that I've done the campaign before. Which is why I haven't done a stream of me doing it yet, because I've already shown how to do it. But I'll probably end up doing that either later today or tomorrow or sometime when I have time. Right now, like I said, I've been working a lot on my website getting that up, which is what the email is for. If anyone has any deck list, deck doctoring they would like to share with the community, share with me, send them to that email. My website is going to be going live next week, Saturday. and I will be posting any and all community deck lists that are on there. A lot of them are mine, obviously, because I've been making new deck lists almost every day. Pulling a time shifter right off the top. Can you believe it? We're so good, guys. We are so good. So if anyone would like to share any deck lists, anyone need help with a deck for a deck doctor, this kind of thing, send me that email. I will get them for sure, and I will look into them and how to implement them into my website. Wow, he's got a rupture. All right. All this stuff. It's just me to make my website better. Yeah, I'll be more than happy to put this one up there for you, Frechian. Put your name on it. The new deck. Give you credit for it, for building it. You know, I helped a little bit, but it's all you, man. Stone Scribe. Awesome. Yeah. No problem. I think, I mean, an anti-gravity snail. Laying the bombling now could be fine. If he removes it, he removes it. But it slows him down. He won't go under a card here. Dude, no. I changed like maybe 4 or 5 cards. Out of a 35 card deck. Wow. That's impressive. Your buffs are dormant. Draw 1 card. Gain 2 additional actions. Okay. What do you got? He does have the Crystal Leech. Okay. I mean, I got a Crazed Bomber for this one, so all this stuff expiring doesn't affect me all that much. Yeah, it's what I've been hearing like a lot is people want to find deck lists. People are gonna that's where they're online looking for them and stuff like that. And that's what I want to try and do is get something out there. But like I said, it all benefits from you guys giving me your deck list so I can put them up to share with the community. So, like 3 days ago. Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of people are like, man, I just started this game. Is there a way to find deck lists? Like, what's good and stuff like that. That combo reveal seemed premature, maybe. Yeah, a little. I mean, I got damage for days here. I got the damage for days. I believe Tetra goes live, I want to say around 10, because the tournament starts at 11, so he might be going live soon to do, like, prep work. Yeah, next turn Crazed Bombering is just, it's what I want to do. So he's got 1 card under it, it's the combo. That's going bye-bye. I'm sorry. You deserve everything that you got. So I'm thinking here, if we do this, and then we have lethal with Overwhelming Blast next turn, if he doesn't heal. See, I mean, this deck won without even needing the second item. It's just essentially just a really good aggro deck, which is what Tech does really well. Tech does aggro tremendously well. You just have some really nice, nice extra push damage with the shard in there for card draw to make it run a little more frequently. You have, yeah, good game. So I can ask him how long it's. Oh, sorry. He will be starting in approximately 23 minutes. Yeah. But yeah. I think the deck works really well now. I think it really does help that we added in the additions of the Time Shifter, because it is a deck that really wants you to get your items out as soon as possible. So having 3 Time Shifters, 2 Tantosian Blacksmiths in here really hit home of like, hey, they're going to come out is super quick. And like I said, as soon as you get them both out with the Time Shifter, Tantosian, Time Shifter can be then used to search for Blast Fuel Battery to refill your hand, get card draw. Or it could be just used as payment for Time Collapse, since you don't run a whole lot of time cards in here that are not going to be immediately used like Chrono Moth. So I'll leave this deck list up here for you guys to take a look at. Obviously, you know it's Cannoneer Lugnut. I'll put that right there, so you can screen cap it, copy it down. Build it in your own game. Do whatever you need to do. Frechian, after this stream, I will go find a time collapse for you. I will unscan it for me, send it a picture through Discord to you. Just need the time collapse. Awesome. I will get that to you as soon as the stream is done, man. No problem. No problem. So I'll go down here. Yeah. I mean, the only other thing, like Frozen Totem, I like it. I like it really much. It could be very teched into more aggro matches so that you get your stuff back. But it's also one of those cards, it's like, hey, if you're using it to climb ladder, it's your 29th card, from what I see it as. Or your 30th card, your 29th or 30th card. Where, if you're going against aggro, it's really good. If you're going against more control-y, more buff-heavy decks, you can take a Frozen Totem out and put something else in. It's one of your tech cards that's in here that is easily swapped out to help figure out a way to beat what decks are coming up against most. But yeah, with the Halvar deck, that is probably going to consistently be seen on ladder, with it winning the last 2 tournaments. I think aggro is still extremely strong. Having Halvar is just, it's probably one of the best mythic heroes that they've put out. 2? 2 what? What are you referring to? Tournament. There was the TPK Gold tournament. The TPK Gold tournament, Halvar won that, and then just recently, I think last weekend or so, Delivery Crab held a silver tournament where Halvar won. Halvar came in first, and then a Cinder Branch came in second. And the Halvar list looked almost carbon copied, because I'm pretty sure that person watched the video on the Umbran House, saw the deck, and was like, I have all these cards. Put it together, and then he went and won. So, yeah, Halvar has won the past 2 tournaments in the US that I know of. Delivery Crab isn't, it's not connected to the Lightseekers tournament. It's its own kind of circuit that Lightseekers is acknowledging, but it's not really promoting outside of what Delivery Crab promotes. So, please follow along with Delivery Crab tournaments as well. They're a lot of fun. I've gone to 2 of them. I've won 1 of them. But yeah, they're a lot of fun. They're not as well known, I guess, as the Lightseekers Gold tournaments, because those ones are being promoted straight from Lightseekers, from Play Fusion. And Delivery Crab is promoting their own, and they're doing really well at it. So yeah, please keep an eye out for those as well. I know they're only in the US, so people who live in the UK and everywhere else don't get a chance to go to them. But yeah, the Delivery Crab, I think they're doing a lot more tournaments than the Gold tournaments, because they are able to spread more out, because I think don't they run with Superior Seekers? Bova? Isn't Delivery Crab on your team as one of your teammates? Cries in Europe. Is that like European tears, or is it just like I'm crying in this location? It's one of those subtitle things where it's like angry in Spanish. Yeah, Matt is on your team. That's what I thought I saw. He was wearing a jersey of yours at the U.S. Nationals. Delivery Crab had 15 of us in Toledo in November. That's awesome. That is awesome. Wasn't that the biggest people that came to their top attendance cap was 15? Now that I saw that, that's their new record to beat. That's awesome. That is so awesome. We are sad in Europe. That's fantastic. Can't really do anything with Delivery Crab. I think like the equivalent from Delivery Crab is Heroic Starfish over in Europe. I think they're based up in the UK. I don't know if they're really doing a circuit. I know they're more localized out of their game store. But yeah, Wrangler was that the tournament that Halvar won? Or was there... that was way back in November. Yeah, who won that one? Yeah, but they're not as good. Don't say that. Everyone's good. Everyone is good. Ushi. Oh. I can't say I didn't see that. Oh, was that the one that Tetra won? With the Infinite Ushi? I think that was... Was that one that Tetra won? Tetradamus? He said that he won a tournament from Delivery Crab with an Infinite Ushi deck. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, finding these tournaments out, and we, the players, that find the busted synergies are what is notifying Play Fusion to be like, alright, we really need to change this. No, Tetra wasn't there, but it was a similar deck. I can see that. No, Tetra won a Delivery Crab tournament with Reefy. Yeah, Ushi Fatigue, yeah. Yeah, Tetra won one with Reefy, and I think, like, the week after he won that, is when Play Fusion was like, alright, guys. We need to nerf Reefy. We need to make it so we can't equip weapons or anything like that, so... Only a few bronze for you guys. Hey, man, I highly encourage anyone and everyone to go to any local tournament that you can. Play the game in physical format. It is such a different experience than playing on your app. It is such a more mind-bending experience as well, because the decks that you play on the app will be slightly changed from the ones that you play at tournaments, because you can include sideboards, so you can tech in certain things. Playing a best of 3 really gets your mind going of how to play around certain decks, and it has only improved my gaming for going to these physical tournaments that it did in the app. Because yes, in the app they give you like highlighted cards saying, like, hey, this gets a bit beneficial effect, or you know, you can look through graveyards and see what stuff, and it helps you rush because there's a time limit for turns. But in tournaments, you don't get the prompts. You have to pay attention to the board. You have to pay attention to your hand, what's in your discard pile. It really, really helps the gears keep going in your brain. So it makes you a better player. So I highly encourage anyone and everyone that if you can make it to a local GameStop tournament, please go. Support your local GameStop. Support the physical card game as well as the digital. It's just so much more fun. Yep, exactly. Exactly. If they did, your opponent could see him too, and they'd be like, well, I wonder what he's going to play. I wish there were some stores around there that sold the game. I'd love to play physically. Yeah, I mean, I think that's also one thing, too. With the release of the digital, the physical game... Guess I have to hold a tournament. I'd go for it, man. Do what you gotta do. But yeah, I think with the release of the digital, the physical game kind of took a hit, which is sad to say because it was on the up. But then the digital game came out and it increased the player base tenfold. It increased it so much more. It got the game out there, but they didn't have the local scene built up yet. So I think they're hoping that the digital game takes off. People want to play the physical game along with the digital, and now they have a lot of people going out to a lot of stores trying to carry the physical game as well. Because buying cards physically for the digital game is actually a lot cheaper than trying to save up shards, buy crystals, all that stuff like that. So it is beneficial to get the physical cards as well, to scan into the game app. It's cheaper that way for cost-wise, and then you get to play the game physically. So yeah, support all around. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm building the website, getting everything up like this. Try to support my stream as a whole, support the game as a whole. I can go down a little bit more, include the rest of the deck list. A few more minutes, though. I think we got time for one more game. Then I will go and host Tetra, and I'll be done so I can get out of my apartment so that the people can come in and take a look-see, because I'm moving out in 2 months. So come April, I might not do a stream come like the first week in April because I'm moving and getting situated in. But I'll let you guys know when that is. Have a casual matchup, yeah. Just like have them kind of set up demos, get people interested in the game, get your friends interested in the game, and just play casual games. Just go to the shop, play casual games for a few hours. It's so much fun. So has everyone got the deck list? Everyone good? And then with that being said, we can go into one more game. Okay. Here we go with our Lugnut deck. We'll play one more game of this. Wow, right into a match. Awesome. Let's do this. Dude, this is awesome. I am really happy that like the game is being spread more worldwide, and that I'm also able to stream early enough for the people who, you know, I know a lot of streamers. Some live in the UK, some live in the US. Wow, we got like everything we could have ever wanted. We're gonna get our items out so quick. This is nuts. I think we're gonna Sharded Gravis here. Anti-grab snail seems fine. I really don't want a looper. Because I don't want him to get card draw when he's low. That's when I don't want to use loopers, when he's low. Time Shifter is only going to really search for a Blast Field Battery. I think I just hold on to it. I think I just passed? Yeah. Time Collapse. Okay. Lots of game stores in your town, just none that carry Light Seekers. Man, I hear you. I hear you. I think what I can do is I can get my other weapon in play. I can... Right now, Time Shifter for the Blast Field Battery. And in all honesty... It's because it's time, isn't it? It's because it's time. Okay. Okay. Remember that as well. It still does require you to have the open ability. Still does require you to do that. I thought it was just like, hey, it played it kind of like how Gravity Well lets you play a card from the bottom of your discard pile. I thought it was kind of like that. Guess not. Guess not. You still have to have access to it. Time Flicker, all right. Really? It still uses an element when you... So if you Gravity Well for a card under there that has gravity, does it... So, like, how does that work then? Because, well, no, you still draw it, right? I thought you played it. No, you just draw it. You're right. You just draw it. Do I toss Looper back, or do I toss Crazed Bomber? Yeah, you just draw. Okay, I'm thinking of that wrong. I want to say I toss Looper. I keep the Crazed Bomber. He does seem a little more buff focused than anything else, so I think Crazed Bomber is better here. I just gotta hope I didn't draw into Bombling here. That's really what I gotta hope for. Wow. Wow. Okay. I think I want to just put this down. Yeah, it's dormant. That's fine. But it's not going to be moved back, which is what I really wanted. Now I have no buffs in my hand from move back. Perfectly fine. So yeah, no, I thought there was a card that you got to look at the bottom of your discard pile and then lay it. Is there ever a card like that, or am I just like completely thinking wrong? I thought there was a card like that. I could be very wrong. I could be just completely wrong. Chronomoth, for sure. Scrub together, there's a card like that. Okay. Just bought yourself some card sleeves. Nice. No, I actually think I used the ability to shard. I don't have a whole lot of damage. Astro card, okay. So I'm not just like losing my mind. So it's not Gravity Well, there's another card that's like that. No, it is Gravity Well. It's still, so, okay. Okay, I'm rereading chat. Superior Seekers gave a better explanation than what all I read was you draw, and I was like, yeah, it's completely fine. But you still use an element when you gravity well. So you still use it, but like if you don't have superiority in gravity and you use gravity well, can you play the gravity card? I think I just do 11 damage here, and then I have a bunch of damage in hand. He's got 2. So it doesn't play it. I could be dead now. Because I did 2 damage to myself, he's tech, he's very bursty as well. The only other play I really could have had there was... I could Scrapworks Bruiser. Wow. I could have, like, Bruisered and Tyrex Mercenary. Yep. That's fine. What did he have? Oh, increased damage as long as below 15. Yeah. Playing tech on tech, it really comes down to, like, who's got the better burst. Chrono Angler. Okay. Yeah, Chrono Angler is the card I'm thinking of. Let me look that up. Yep, Chrono Angler. Thank you, Bova. I'll get some free shards for that. Yeah, look at the bottom 4 cards. You may play it without using additional action. Cannot be used combos. So yeah, if you... Really, you do? Interesting. Well, I guess the only times I've really seen it be played are in Zuna and Tempas, and both are superior in time. So that could be where I'm getting that misjudgment from. Is the only 2 tech heroes that I've seen run that, like, competitively wise, both have superiority in time. So yeah, you could be completely right. I will trust your judgment on that. But yeah, so guys, I think that'll do it for me today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you. I hope both Cowboy Hat Valor and Frechian got a little more informative off my channel. I hope I didn't make myself look like a complete fool. Woke up super early. My brain's still kind of tired. I'm usually done with streaming at work so I can have a fresh brain, but no, thank you for joining in, James. Thank you very much. Like I said, please email me anything you want on my email to help my website grow. Anything and everything is helpful. If you don't want to share anything, you don't have to share anything. I know a lot of people out there are very very competitive and secretive. They don't want their decks shown. I know people in the UK are like that. A lot of people at tournaments are like, no, please just don't show my deck list. I want to kind of have it to myself so that people aren't net decking it and bring it to all the other tournaments. I completely understand that. I really do. So be on the lookout next week for my website. Please follow me on Twitter. I'll be posting updates for like the stream for next week Saturday, all this stuff. Go to my YouTube channel, please. George Esther's like, yeah, I can see that. Please follow me on YouTube. I have a lot more content coming out in the future on my YouTube channel, so please go over there and give me the sub button as well. Make sure to follow me here on Twitch for updates when my stream goes live, all this stuff. I'm going to really start ramping up my my digital footprint and going on a lot of media sources, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. I'm going to try and really grow this channel and really help support Lightseekers in whatever way I can. And the way I can is by giving you enjoyable content to watch. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. Thank you guys very much for... you can share my Spark Sale deck if you still want it, or if I still have it. Yeah, awesome, man. I'll put that on the list. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. But yeah, that'll do it for me, guys. I'm gonna head over, and I hope Tetra is live so I can host him. If not, the auto host will hopefully go up for him soon. I hope you guys have a grand time watching that tournament. I know I will in my spare time, trying to figure out what decks are all being brought. Most likely Tetra will do other deck highlights on his stream, so I'm not trying to say only watch me. I'm a promoter of all digital content. Go watch him. Go check out Georgester. Frechian is going to start streaming, so go check out his channel as well. The Unburned House on YouTube. Go check them out. the Battlecast on YouTube. Go check them out. Like, everyone has been putting out so much digital media. It's hard to figure out where everything is. So if you find someone that is doing Lightseekers digital stuff, please like send their link to me. Send stuff with me on a webpage or through the email so that I can figure out their stuff too. And then, is Lurker300 doing streamers as well? Awesome. There's another streamer. But yeah, I want to build a page on my website that's specifically like, hey, check out all this. All of this digital card Lightseekers entertainment, so you can go find them without having to ask who's all doing stuff or scouring the net. I want to try and get it all in one central location so that you guys can come there and then go and just consume to your heart's content. So that's my plan. That's my hopes and dreams, is that everyone finds out what everyone is doing and we can all grow as a Lightseekers family. So thank you guys very much. I had a lot of fun today. I hope you did too. And I will see you on Monday. Ciao, guys.